been walking in my purpose, baby. Just getting started, I ain't even scratching surface, baby.
What up, squad? Happy Vlogtober. I said I was gonna do Vlogtober on this channel, on both my channels. I'm gonna do them on both. Where have I been? Busy. I've been doing stuff with court reporting. I'm enrolled in court reporting school for the steno writer. I am keeping up with 75 words per minute. I've been getting things organized for my son's graduation. He is supposed to be graduating soon, and for some reason they want everything paid for now. And boys in sports, it's just been one thing after another after another. Now I have Juju on home study with me because bullying. You can't have your kids go to school with everybody. Okay, I'm a strong believer in that. Husband graduated from college, so we celebrated him. So I just wanted to check in with everybody and let everybody know that we've been going through a lot of stuff and changes in our lives, and I just haven't recorded, and I should have. I did go to test for the NVRA certification in Ontario, and that did not go well. Not anything of the fault of me. They did have some audio issues, which they said that they are reaching out to the people who were affected by this. It wasn't just me, y'all. So we have to wait on that. But in the meantime and in between time, I still have to continue to prepare and get my speeds up on not just voice and steno writer as well. Now, years ago in 2017, I went to court reporting school with the steno writer for one school was Sage College, and it closed down. The other school was Brown College, and that closed down as well. And they both use StenEd theory. There's different type of theories out there. There's Phoenix theory, there's Digitex theory, there's different, don't give me the lion, but there's a couple of more that theories that they go off of. But I'm used to StenEd theory. So I still kind of know some of the things. It's interesting though, in this theory class, there was a brief that I used that you can't use. So I'll ask any steno writers in the chat if you're watching, what do you use to capitalize your first letters? Because they said KP in the book, but I distinctly remember, and I still have it on my steno theory book dictionary, which KP was a brief for company. Now I could change it to KPEAN or something like that, but I still am my fingers are used to the briefs and phrases that I stroked when I was going to school in 2017. So if I hear something and I see something and I try to stroke the word out, it doesn't translate all the time, but I know it's that word. And I'm like, I know it's that word. And then when I look at one of my old notes or one of my old dictionaries, it'll say it there. Company, for example. I know KP was for company. Initial K, final P is for company. Now, that's not everybody else's brief, but there's a couple of people who do have that brief as company, and it was still in my theory dictionary book, not for the school that I'm going to now, but for Sage College. Yeah, I think that book was from Sage College. So help me out in the comments, because I don't want to change the brief for it to be KP to capitalize, mainly because my fingers is always going to go to KP for company. Now I can unlearn it, I can, but if there's another way I can do it, y'all let me know in the comments, please. That'll be a big help. So anyway, a lot of the words I hear them dictate, I go to other strokes. Like we're starting on Q&A now. So for the question, they asked, why did so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? And I was like, why? And then I hit the initial Y for my why, because again, my brain automatically goes to the old steno dictation that I did in like 2017, 2018, and it didn't come out. And obviously you can add it to your dictionary, because that's what I did, and it doesn't conflict with anything. But I was tripping, like I think they used the initial Y with a long I to make Y. And I tried doing that. It was a disaster. I could never keep up. My old fingers will always go to the initial Y. So people who know court reporting and steno will understand what I'm talking about. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, so I won't say too much for those who don't understand what I'm saying. But basically, in a nutshell, what I learned in court reporting school in 2017 and in 2018 is still in my brain today, which could be a blessing and a curse if it's not going along with what the current school is saying. Now, again, I understand when you become better and you do your own thing and all that other stuff, you can start writing however you want to. That's just like with voice writing. There are some people who say keep cack, and I say Kiko Kako, and some other people say Quesco, Wesco, or whatever to say their Q&A, whatever. So it's Quacko, Wacko, or whatever. This is different voice codes for different things. You just got to learn the basics, and you just do it on your own pace or how you like doing things. And the same with steno writing. So I've been juggling with that. And then some of my voice codes I use as briefs. Some of my briefs I use as voice codes, whatever the case would be. I use them interchangeably, and it makes it easier for my life as well. But since we are doing the Q&A thing, I'm going to try to get up to 80 words per minute, because when I stopped going to Brown College, I got a certificate of completion for 60 words per minute, which means I was at 80. So it's starting to come back to me now. Like when I'm dictating on the steno writer, I can keep up with 75, but I drop a lot or I misstroke. So, but 60, I won't even drop. I'll just be a little bit behind and I'll get all the words. So every now and then it'll be like a misstroke here and there, but 60 words per minute, I got it down packed. So I think you can safely say that I'm at where I was in 2018 or it was one of them years, child. Don't give me the line. But I think it's safe to say that I'm back at that because I passed 60 words per minute. So I think that's probably why it was so easy for me to get back up to pass 60 words per minute. And now I have to pass 80. 75 is really challenging, but it's fun and I'm enjoying it. But I do want to make this disclaimer, okay? Because I've been seeing this a lot on the internet, and everybody has their difference of opinion, and this is mine. Court reporting school, there's no get out of jail free card. There's no easier way to do it, okay? There are a lot of people who are promoting voice writing, which is good, nothing wrong with that, and steno writing, which is good, ain't nothing wrong with that. But although learning voice could be easier, and I say could be, it could not be. I don't want people to go into court reporting school thinking that voice writing is an easier deal than steno writing. Yes, the steno writer is very, very challenging. But as you can see, my tongue just went. Voice writing is a skill as well. It's not a get out of free jail card. It's not an easier route, because if it was, people would be getting their certificates in droves, and they're not. Why? Because you have to develop that skill. I think a lot of people misinterpret the fact that steno writing, although is a very, very difficult skill to obtain, voice writing can be just as well. I think a lot of people get sold a dream that voice writing is easier when it's just as difficult. Well, I won't say just as difficult, but it can be just as difficult. Can it be obtainable? Yes, but so can steno writing. And as somebody who has been to school for both methods, see, there it go again. That's important to know. Both methods, it definitely requires a skill. So I wanted you guys to see how my mouth kind of sometimes when I speak is because you have to speak up to 225 words per minute with Q&A, 200 with jury charge, and 180 with literary, which is a very dense type of literacy. Anyway, sometimes I can get your tongue tied. See, tongue-tied. Sometimes I can get your tongue-tied. Okay? That's important to know, because People go into court reporting school for voice writing and expect they're going to graduate in 3 to 6 months. That's not reality. It's not reality for a lot of people. But if there are people that's graduating at that pace, kudos, congratulations. But I'm going to be honest, there are people who are graduating at that pace as far as a year or a year and a half or less in steno writing on the machine. So, I mean, it could go either way. I'm only saying this is because I really think it's important. I think being a court reporter is an amazing job. It's a very, very extremely amazing skill to have, and I love it. That's why I'm going to school for both. That's why I went to school for one method and going to school for the other method, because I want to be certified in both methods. But I do not want people to join school and go to voice writing school and feel like it's going to be an easier way. Both methods require skill. And I'll say it like that. Both methods require skill. With me, not only as a voice writer do I practice the speed of speaking, it's just not repeating everything somebody says back. Voice codes help tremendously, along with other things that help. And tongue twisters. She sells seashells by the seashore. You have to have the tongue twisters so your mouth won't go la, 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 la. Then you can get dry mouth, or you can get juicy mouth and just do too much in the mic. You can get wet mic. It's so many things that you have to, do. Steno writing, you can get carpal tunnel, or you can, get arthritis in your hands. It's just so many things that can happen on both ends. So I don't want anybody to join court reporting school thinking one is easier than the other. They both have their challenges, okay? They both have their challenges. But with like any challenge that is out there and any skill that you have to acquire, as long as you stay to it, you'll get it. And that's just my opinion, and that's just what it is. But I really don't want people to think that, voice writing is so easy. You can just, go in there and speak and da-da-da-da-da. Because I'm going to tell you, when I went to school for voice writing and I did 140 words per minute, I was like, this isn't bad. Then when I heard 160, I was like, what? 180, I was like, oh my God. 200, I think about 225, I was crying. Okay, I cried in court reporting school as a steno writer, and I cried in court reporting school as a voice writer. So if you think you'll get out of crying, no, I'm just kidding. But if you think you're going to get it easier, it's just not going to work like that. It's a skill that you have to acquire. All right, and that's on top of learning transcripts and court reporting English and all that jazz. So I'm letting you guys know this, just the FYI. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying don't go into the situation naive, thinking it's going to be a cakewalk. Because if you do, that might make your situation or your school experience more challenging than it needs to be. Okay? With that being said, though, your girl is killing it at 225 and 180 and 200. I'm going to get my certs next time I test. So I'm excited about that. Steno writing, I feel like I'm at home. I missed it. It was great. Like my fingers, a lot of things that I see new students complain about as far as the fingers, I'm used to it. And my finger did not forget it. So I'm kind of glad about that. But again, it's a blessing and a curse, because when I hear certain briefs or something that is supposed to be a STENED brief, that's not in my dictionary that I was giving a couple of years back, it does throw me off a little bit. But I just added to the dictionary. But the only issue that I'm having is the capitalization. So again, if anybody who's a court reporter, steno writer, or know any information about it can tell me a better way to capitalize without the KP and the KPS, please let me know. If not, I don't know. I'll probably figure it out or suck it up and try to learn the other method of how to do it. Whatever. Who cares? So my kids had a couple of football games. My oldest won one game. His team and him won one game. And they've been doing an amazing job at Cadet Corps. I'm so proud of my boys. They are just really killing it. And I'm really, really trying to get them together before they become adults. That's my main goal. Now that Juju is on homeschool with me, he will be taking a coding class because he loves coding and scripting, and he loves creating his own gaming programs, and he does it from scratch. So I'm going to have him into that. After I'm done testing for my CVR, I am going to get the girls in Girl Scouts, and Neffy wants to do cheerleading. So I'm going to be a busy mom. I know that's not much of an update because I've been gone for so long, but I think I posted when I went to Knott's with the family already. So you guys have that. But as far as everything else, we got the whole month of October. So this is basically just an introduction. It's another sit down thing. And, you know, I'm going to continue preparing myself for testing, getting this thing with school together, as far as the steno writer, getting that all together. I try to practice 2 hours on my voice and then 2 hours on my finger to make it 4 hours a day. And then eventually I'm going to increase it as far as the fingers go. I am in a 90-day challenge. I think I've already been in for a month now. So we have 2 more months left before this challenge is over. And the 90-day challenge is practicing a certain speed until the 90 days is up. And as the 90 days is up, you can see the progress. So I've been working on Lit 180 because those are one of the tests that I have to pass. And I don't edit it because it's a challenge. So I'm submitting it. The last test that I did when I wasn't sick, I got an 86%. And that's raw, which is good to me. Because what I mean by raw is I didn't edit it. If I was to edit it, I'm pretty sure it'll be at 95, 96, 97, 98, if you will, because it's such good dictation. But raw is whatever translates. Whatever translates, I just put it and I paste it and I put it there. So 86% raw to me is good because I know I only need a couple of more points to get past 95, right? So I feel like if I edited that at 86% raw, by the time I submit it, it's going to be high, but I never edit it to submit it. I'm going to eventually start editing, but I like to submit raw to see what I'm up against, because if you get that high of a, if I can get to 90 to 92% raw, then the editing, after the editing, I'm going to be way past the score that I need to get to, you know. So I have more court reporting stuff and more updates for y'all on the next day, but this is day 1. So I will talk to y'all later.
Girls can't never sit and need it. I just keep them satisfied. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say no. Oh,